Hello, and welcome to episode 36, yes 36, in the Temple Adventures of Lobsang Lud. This here is Lobsang Lud's ship, the Stitch in Time. We're here still in the Alini sector, where we finished our last mission. Pick up the next mission and see where we go from there. Fluid Dynamics. The data you received from the Borg cube indicates that the Borg have established a foothold in Undine space. The Undine seem to make very little distinction between alien races, so it's quite possible that the Borg presence in their home is causing the aggressive behavior. We cannot afford a full-out war with the Undine. Their biotechnology surpasses even our most advanced technology. Therefore, we have assembled an expedition to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space. We have found a system where the fabric of the two dimensions are breaking down. This is our best shot at creating a stable quantum singularity. The expedition will include USS Voyager, commanded by Admiral Tuvok. He has analyzed the data you received from the Borg cube and is confident that he can create an artificial singularity. Your orders are to cross into fluidic space with Voyager, locate the Borg, and remove them if possible. Avoid conflict with the Undine. They will have the advantage and you'll end up in a fight you cannot win. Well, seems simple enough. Let's just go into a completely different dimension and knock out our greatest enemy in a place they wanted to be, and our second greatest enemy in their home territory. Couldn't be simpler. Let's see, what do we get from that, from going to the CUDA system? Get some experience points, yes, some expertise, some Undine marks, ooh, an adaptive transphasic torpedo, which... So we go to the CUDA system, we get experience points, expertise, Undine marks, an adaptive transphasic torpedo, mark 12, which does not seem that great compared to the photons we already have, the mark 8s. Although it does do additional damage versus the Borg. Some dilithium ore, and then we either get to choose some kind of anti-proton beam or cannon. Probably the dual beam bank, I guess. Just get the best DPS, and if we ever go anti-proton, it'll be handy. Alright, accept. Bing! Oh, and it's right near us. It is sort of there-ish, I think. Head that way. Helm, plot a course to the CUDA system and engage at best warp speed, please. Yeah, we're here in almost no time at all. You know, the unusual rings that surrounds the twin giants is not to be missed. It does look kind of unusual. Alright, let's begin fluid dynamics.
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
It is a privilege, Admiral. I studied the exploits of Voyager at Starfleet Academy, you know, where I graduated like 2 years ago. But I'm now your boss, you know, I'm a fleet admiral and stuff. Well, I say 2 years ago, I mean, yeah, 2 years ago, because, you know, I was only a lieutenant 2 years ago, yeah, totally not like 150 years ago at all, no. Yeah, I studied you at the academy, Not older than you at all. Yeah, I don't think you believe it either, judging by your face.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now.
Alrighty.
The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the singularity.
Alright, you can open the singularity, we'll follow you eventually. Go ahead. I want to quick hang out with Voyager. Let's get into fluidic space then. A little bit of a sloppy entry there, helmsman.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
I thought I was a fleet admiral here. Fine, I'll take your lead. Fine. We'll take point in the source of the signal. You know, you got to put your best ships first. We are being affected by a wave-like current in the fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study this phenomena. Okay, I wish we did too, Daz, but we have to make do with what we got. Already we're going to go around this way. I need a picture for the scrapbook. Go ahead to that Borg stuff then. Sir, mission loop-de-loop completed, sir. Set us in maneuvering mode. Full impulse. Picking up a chronal distortion. There's a temporal probe nearby. And it's some kind of Borg device there, sir. I recommend we approach to get a closer scan. Noted on both points. You will scan the Borg device first. Give us a station keeping as best you can, Helm. Scans indicate this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies as easily through the organic fluid that comprises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. That means we should be able to follow these beacons to the Borg foothold here. Yep. Note to make note of the next beacon. Let's just finish this temporal probe first. Okay, now everybody hope really hard that it's another password one. That we're done with the passwords. It's a number block. Okay. Adds up to 15, so 9 plus 2 is 11, so A must be 4. 7 plus 5 is 12. Yes, 12. So B must be 3. And then 6 and 1 is 7. So C must be 8. And that also means that 8 and 8 and 7 is 15. So, yes. Done. The Nakul are using their probes to gather information about the physical laws of fluidic space. There's a lot of references to conditions that occur within a sphere builder expanse as well. Perhaps they're trying to discover a way to create a merger of both phenomena. Such a region would be remarkably hazardous to most life. Yes, indeed it would. I'd never really thought about it that way, Daz. It's quite fascinating, really. Intriguing, even. Copy the data, purge the probe's memory banks, so they don't get to profit from it. Enemy operatives appearing. Kill it! Well, that didn't take long, did it?
4 shields failing.
Probably wasn't planning on being a whole fleet here. Okay, helm, set course to the next interplexer. Straight ahead. Don't approach too quickly, helm. We don't want to scare it or set off any self-defense mechanisms, but still scan it. Data acquired, sir. There appear to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in the sequence. The next one is just ahead. You know the drill, helm. You know what I'm going to say? Set course to the next one. And then we'll probably need to set course to the next one after that. Nicely cut, helm. Admiral, this beacon appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Starfleet signature. Recommend we investigate, sir. It could be a ship in distress. I don't know of any ships that have been dragged out here, but you never know, so set an intercept course to the source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
That's acceptable. We'll investigate. We'll do the hard work while you stay here and scan. Okay? Once more into the breach. Sensor, send the bearing over to the helm so they can plot a course, and then engage when you're ready, helm. Wow. These are freaky looking. Hope your scanners and recorders are going full blast, Science. These look like ships.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures.
Really?
Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
That's curious then, isn't it? Let's go ahead and scan some of these vessels. Scan this Cardassian ship. Curious. These ships have identical configurations to ships found in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, but they cannot have been constructed there. I'm detecting alloys that are not used in standard ship construction. Run a metallurgical analysis, look for stress patterns, anything to indicate point of manufacture. Aye, sir. Running analysis now. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and in recovered Iconian technology. But why would the Iconians make fake ships? I don't know. Those rascally Iconians. I'll have to find out. Sir, I'm detecting some kind of gateway opening and a huge fleet coming through. On screen. The Undine are destroying themselves. We're picking up an incoming distress call from the USS Venture. On screen.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set a course to the Venture. Maximum speed. And how you can get us faster than that? Get us there. You wouldn't want to be on the Venture and be left alone because some helmsman decided not to act. But they're at that beacon still. What are their escape pods doing all the way over here? Get those pods aboard. Dr. Cooper was in an escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room. Ugh, do I really have to? That whiny, ugh. You know what? Fine. I'm better than this. I'm better than this. I can rise above. Put him on.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now!
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What happened?
The Borg attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then... Undine! They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. We shouldn't have invaded their space. They're so strong, we're weak. Please take me out of here!
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in the escape pods.
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
No, we can't leave. Somebody strap his ass into a seat and hold him there. Keep him out of the way, keep him silent. We got a mission to complete. And I'm not having some whiny, petulant little brat telling me or whining at me that he wants to go home to see his mommy. Back to that interplexing beacon helm. Okay, scan this interplexing beacon now. Beacon scanned, sir. Coordinates of final beacon have been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic, sir. Last beacon should give us exactly what we need and want. all the answers to all our questions, like the life, the universe, and everything. It's 42, sir. Shut up. Alright. Helm set. On to the next one. Ooh, that looks... Sir, my antenna's picking up something. I'm feeling a little apprehensive. Me too, Tarsi. Me too. Scan this beacon. We'll see what's what. Sir, this is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution. Everybody button up, get into red alert stations, and we will proceed accordingly. Pitch to fleet. Button yourselves up. I've got a really bad feeling about this. Oh boy. This does not look...
The Borg presence is much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible. Voyager will follow your lead.
Okay then, let's go in. I'll run off ahead of me.
Is that a Borg Unimatrix? It's enormous!
I admit that it is an impressive structure.
On board, cube destroyed. This next one out, on the way. We concentrate fire. We hold the line, we hold it together. We work as a team. We're not the Borg, but we'll fight like a collective. Said you'd follow our lead, Voyager.
Left shield failing.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Target shield has failed.
The Klingazi has been damaged. Let's try and hold it while we can.
Target shield has failed.
Front shields are down. Get them back up. Klingazi. Sending in some repair crews to assist. Loop around and give you a hand.
The diamond is jamming our deflector arrays. We must destroy it before we can retreat.
Sensors are detecting Undine fleet converging on this location. We cannot fight them and the Borg. Offenders. I'm preparing a feedback pulse. Hold your fire. Said hold your fire, damn it. Need to knock down its shields.
Target shield has failed.
I've got it shielded down, it's much quicker to take out. I hate it when this happens. Game hiccuped and dumped us out again. I'm going to bring things back in.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Right shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Rear shield failing. Target's shields have failed.
Get those shields and engineering back up.
Ship is under attack. Four shields failing.
Opening singularity now. I recommend an immediate withdrawal.
We'll get out in just a minute. Tuvok. Unimatrix vessel over here. Fighting the Undine. I'm going to try and take a few swipes at it.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Let's take out most of the Unimatrix 2 of 2. Going for one last pass.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I guess it won't let us destroy it. There's a Singularity Voyager. Go home.
We need to report to Starfleet Command immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
Yeah, that's not a great thing to find out, is it? That we're being played one against the other. But yeah, go on, start with the bad news, of course.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
Yeah, what about those few Borg left in fluidic space? You think they're going to be okay? I don't think they will be.
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
Yeah, that's true enough. It's always difficult when people are leading bluffs and false flag operations. But what do you think happens now?
Voyager will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
No, we have not. But thank you, Admiral. Until next time. That's some hydrazine gas, and we finished the Borg story up. Take this. Ooh, dilithium. Nice. And before we head out, let's there goes one ship. Hey, Voyager, can I get a little selfie picture with you? Nope, clearly not. Well, let's Helm take us out into open space. And now get me a comm link to Captain Nicholas Martin at Starfleet Command. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence in fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. Hopefully this will end their aggressiveness. However, I find your reports of false flag ships in fluidic space troubling, and not simply because of the number of Fs there. If the Iconians are trying to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. Unfortunately, it only means that the Undine may be prompted into an invasion of their own, and if that happens, our entire dimension will be at risk. Yes, well, aren't you cheery? Let's get the following thing: 10,000, 9,500 expertise, 15 Undine marks, and then the beams. I think we were going over the duel, weren't we? Yes, we were. Elected?
Congratulations, Admiral.
Now we've gone up to level 63. Well, that was a short episode. We have, however, finished the Borg storyline now as well. And if I check our thing, you'll notice we have finished the Borg storyline. Like that. I've almost found all the temporal probes. There's just one left to find. That will be our mission next time in the Temple Adventures of Lob Sanglud. Greetings, hello. While editing this episode, it came in a little bit shorter than I thought was necessary. So, in honor of First Contact Day, which was last week was basically 40 years to the day that we would be having First Contact with the Vulcans, according to Star Trek First Contact. Thought we'd run the Star Trek First Contact mission, which came out the day before this episode. So this is a quick turnaround, and we're gonna do it to kind of pad out and fill out the episode a little more, and give us a little bit more to do. So let's launch this and see how we get going.
Good, you made it. Wasn't looking forward to dealing with this by myself. Our hollow emitters are doing their job, and the bombings should happen soon. Once that's finished, we can get started. I brought some remodulators. Once you've equipped one, we can drop the hollow shield and get moving.
Bombing? What's happening here?
Daniel said this might happen. Something to do with the effect of chronoton flux on short-term memory. Hey, gotta love temporal mechanics.
Hey, now, I'm a seasoned time traveler.
Yeah, we've been sent back in time to fix a problem. It's April 4th, 2063, the day before First Contact. This is the missile complex where humanity's first warp-capable vessel was launched.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
The Borg are the problem. They're here, and they're trying to change history in their favor. History says the Borg failed because of Picard and the crew of the Enterprise, but as of now, history's wrong. Somehow the Borg managed to pull victory from the jaws of defeat tonight. We're here to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, so what was that about hollow emitters?
Right now, we're effectively invisible inside this hollow shield. Once we're ready to move out, we'll drop it, and our personal emitters will kick in. Think of them as a sophisticated disguise kit. They'll make us look like we belong here. To the locals, we'll look like a band of 21st century humans wandering around the woods of Montana. Any other questions?
No, let's get started.
Okay, the bombing should end quickly thanks to the Enterprise. We're gonna need to move fast once things stop exploding.
Okay.
Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
Got one.
Right, let's get moving. We need to get to the complex quickly. So much for the bombing run. Enterprise must have finished off the Borg vessel.
We are the Borg. Your biological and technological distinctiveness will be added to our own. Resistance is futile.
After all this time, they still haven't learned. Resistance is inevitable.
Oh, there's a couple more there. Oh, I'm adapted.
Complex took some hits. Let's check for survivors.
Modulate. Oh, Daz, you okay? Pull Daz up a little. Okay. Get moving again. Keep your eyes open. Think smart.
I'm not picking up any Borg life signs in the complex. Picard and his people should be here now. Let's make sure before we move on.
I'm supposed to be. Map has, you know. Two things. Let's survey this damage. Ooh. Down. Camp.
Okay, my tricorder's picking up multiple subspace comm signals in the area.
Enterprise team.
Some of them are Starfleet, but they're coming from inside the missile silo. Probably protecting Zephram Cochrane. The rest of the signals are coming from the southwest. Any guesses as to the source?
I don't know. Bots?
Got it in one.
No,
Looks
Borg.
like they managed
Yeah.
to send down a few landing parties before their ship blew up. Chances are they're here to make our lives difficult. I think it's time we return the favor.
The aliens, right? The aliens. No, I'm kidding. Borg. Yeah, let's go kick some Borg ass. This one, give him a grenade, Tarsi.
Heads up, there are drones ahead.
Your defenses are insufficient. You will be assimilated.
Modulating. There's a Mark 12 armor for someone. Braided rifle. And a hyper. We'll clear that out later. Who gets what then?
There are lights over there. Looks like a camp of some kind. The Borg will be drawn to it like moths to a flame. We need to protect the locals.
Okay.
Picking up life signs ahead. Some of
Quick,
them
on
are
the
Borg.
double.
What do you want? Get away from us!
You will be assimilated. You will adapt to serve the collective.
What the hell are those things? Robots? Zombies? Robot zombies?
Damn, I was afraid something like this would happen. Take out those drones.
Shield losing power.
Okay, we're gonna need to do a memory wipe on the locals. They can't remember the Borg. Setting your tricorder to emit a neurolytic pulse should work.
Okay. So, what you thought was Borg was just guys in rubber suits. For a play. Yeah, this is for a play for to celebrate, you know, the end of World War III. You're gonna go and you're gonna get some good clothes. You're gonna pretty yourself up and all the rest of it. Yeah. Isn't that what Will Smith said? Not very good at this
Looks like the
neuralism.
Borg have changed their tactics. They're avoiding Cochrane and the Enterprise crew and focusing on assimilating the locals. Makes sense. After they lost their ship, they lost their numerical advantage.
Well, yeah, we want them to keep not having a numerical advantage.
No argument here. I ran a quick scan of these drones. There's several references in their onboard nav systems to a location north of here. Designation Resource Node 01. We should check this out. Whatever they're up to isn't a good thing.
True enough. Let's go.
All right, this area's clear. Picking up Borg signals to the north, though.
Remodulate?
Apparently, Resource Node 01 is a garbage dump. Smells wonderful. There must be something of tactical value here. Let's make sure they don't find it.
Boom. Guess that was a propane tank. Put these fires out? Only me can prevent forest fires. I guess not. Well, that sucks. Remodulate, by the way.
Great. This place smells and it's swarming with drones. Take them down. See if we can figure out what they were looking for here.
Boom. Fill the propane.
Power amplifiers. Copper tubing.
And the 2600 cartridge ET.
And lithium batteries. Oh, hell. I think I know what they're doing here, and it's not good.
Did it ever?
Fair point. I think they're trying to build a transporter. They might have lost their ship, but there's a lot of Borg still on Enterprise. If they can beam those drones down here, this situation will go from bad to worse.
Okay, so what do you want us to do about it?
Complex isn't far. Let's make sure it's secure and then work on finding and dealing with this bootleg transporter.
Okay. Don't need to resequence. Refrequency, rather. They're all knackered.
No sign of the Borg. Run a scan, make sure Picard's team is all accounted for. picking up Starfleet comm badges inside the bar and... Hold on. More Starfleet comm badges inbound, but they're on Borg drones.
Server error. That was pretty bad. That's what happens when a server error happens. What have we got here?
Fair to say the Borg finished making their transporter. Those were assimilated Starfleet officers from Enterprise. Let's sweep the perimeter. Fair to say the Borg finished making their transporter. Those were assimilated Starfleet officers from Enterprise. Let's sweep the perimeter and make sure there aren't any Borg going after Cochrane.
Okay.
Who is this jerk? Who called to make a turn off my music?
Will Riker? Zephram Cochrane.
Good friend of yours?
Yes.
Husband?
No.
Good. Now this,
Deanna.
This is the good stuff. Dr. Cochrane. To the Phoenix. May she rest in peace. Okay. That wasn't so good.
Will, I think we have to tell him the truth.
If we tell the truth, the timeline...
Timeline! This is no time to argue about time. We don't have the time. What was I saying?
You're drunk.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Look, he wouldn't even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. And then it took 3 shots of something called tequila just to find out he was the one we're looking for. And I spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off me. So don't go criticizing my counseling technique. It's a primitive culture. I'm just trying to blend in.
You're blended all right.
I already told him our cover story. He didn't believe me.
We are running out of time. Now, if we tell him the truth, do you think he'll be able to handle it?
If you're looking for my professional opinion as ship's counselor, he's nuts.
I'll be sure to note that in my log.
Well, Easter egg there. Grab this. Another shield. Okay. On 7.
Okay, the perimeter's clear. I'm thinking that transmission tower's our next stop.
Personal shield losing power.
That wasn't so hard. You just got to catch them before they can remodulate. How are we for space, by the way? Oh crap, we are just about out. RC needed a shield. That shield. As you have that armor. At a 12 shield. 12. Learn. That's better than what you got. You know what? Let's start loading up with symbols. Use or lose, I don't care. Let's go. There we go.
Get me to the first array and I'll start disabling their transporter.
Oh, the turret.
This won't take long. They're using a simple modulating cipher. All right, this one's done. Let's go.
Enemy targets on sensor.
2 to go. Stay sharp. They know we're up to something.
Shield losing power. Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
Let's look at again. Says they will not remodulate. 7 up. Thanks for the help, 7.
Two to go. Stay sharp. They know we're up to something.
Personal shield losing power.
They're onto us. Security protocols just spiked, and not in a good way.
Enemy combatants in close proximity. Personal shield losing power.
2 down. But that last one's gonna be a real bitch.
Personal shield losing power.
Only one left. Stay with me. We can do this.
And again, because they will not This is hard. Luckily, Daniels has these temporal loop devices.
Only one left. Stay with me. We can do this.
Shield losing power.
Only one left. Stay with me. We can do this.
We have analyzed your tactics. We have adapted. We are Borg.
Ooh, tricky little... They're using a fractal self-replicating security protocol. Go as fast as I can. Got it. The transporter's out of commission.
Flanking damage detected. Personal
Oh,
shield losing
good
power.
God. Yes, let's thank Daniels for these time loop things to stop us being stranded in time.
Personal shield losing power.
Oh, what's left?
Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Think we're through the worst of it. I'm not picking up any Borg activity in the area. Nice work.
And the temporal crisis?
Over as far as you're concerned. I'll deal with all this Borg tech lying around. It's a mess, but my nanites will make short work of it. As for you, feel free to return to the present. Take a break, have a drink. You've definitely earned it.
I don't think so. I haven't done that well. I mean, how many times did we have to use the temporal loop? But thank you. Take care of yourself. See you when we see you. And so there we go. That is one night in Bozeman, a rather tricky, difficult round one, especially if you're not good with the Borg like my ones aren't, because we don't have any later game Borg gear. Used to be much later on. They just don't seem to want to take on the Borg properly and use the remodulator when it's needed. But for now, yes, a happy and belated First Contact Day, Frontier Day, or whatever you want to call it, according to Picard. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit a like and subscribe. Helps other people find this video. And if you didn't like it, well, I'm sorry I can't please you. Doing the best I can. And so, until next time, and the next exciting episode in the Temporal Adventures of Lobsang Blood, I want to say thank you for watching, take care, and see you next time.